special guest. An in-depth interview with an individual who's very fascinating. Today, our guest is a friend of Marcello's. You see how well they play together? We met him outside of Dr. Fido's office, and they've been friends ever since. You may have seen him on some other talk shows because he's a groundbreaker, a pioneer. Not only is he a distinguished and published poet, but he is also a dog. Please give a warm welcome. Oh, good boy, good boy. Down, Rex, down, Rex. Give a warm welcome to Rex. So Rex, how's it going?
Rough.
Itchy, huh?
Yeah, I got these flea bites.
Oh.
It's like crazy.
I know.
These collars are a ripoff.
That drives Marcello crazy too. Rex, what an interesting perspective that you have, being half dog and half man.
That's true, Georgia. You know, I was just thinking about it today. You know, dogs are just so much simpler than people. For instance, people are tough for me to communicate with. But dogs, on the other hand, you know, they'll let you know how they're feeling. They'll rub up against you, they'll lick you, they'll pee on your shoe.
That's right. Oh yes, I believe that dogs are more in touch with their emotions than we are. That's why we love them so much.
That's true.
Rex, I understand that you actually had a surgical procedure done to make you the first trans-species being on this planet, the first real dog man.
That's true. That's true. See, I had the canine qualities in my brain. But I also had my canine genes further enlarged. You know what I mean? Maybe later on you could take me for a long walk.
Down, boy. Rex, I need to ask you, a question that's on so many people's minds.
Yes.
What brought you to that point of actually wanting to have this surgery done?
That's a good question. At the time, later, after a glass of wine, at the time, I had SIC, S-I-C. Yes, yes. Species Identification Crisis. Yes, yes. You see, most people, as you discussed before, most people have an inner child, correct? Well, I, being a man and dog, have an inner puppy that is just whimpering to get out.
Oh, how touching.
Yes. Perhaps I can best express myself in a poem.
That would be lovely. We would love to have a poem. Marcello would like to hear too. Come on, Marcello. Let's listen to the poem. Come here.
When I was a boy, I liked to run and fetch. Stay outside all day. Just play catch. I would roll in the grass. I would have gas. Then one day I realized, yes, it's true. I'm more than a boy. I'm a dog, too.
Here, Rex, let's have a drink of water. Let's all have a drink of water. You at home, be sure and give some to your pet. And while we're drinking, let's see a couple of announcements from some of our favorite animal organizations. And when we come back, more with Rex. As we just heard, Rex has done a wonderful poem for us. He's a distinguished poet. But besides being a poet, he's also a poet historian and has done a great deal of research.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Georgia, as you know, I have done a lot of research studying the great poets and writers of our time, and I've discovered that a lot of the past poets had many canine genes.
Really?
Yes. For example, the earliest of the English poets, of course, was Beowulf.
Oh, Beowulf, yes.
Yes. You know, at the time, there was only wolves.
Oh.
But this shows the early intertwining of man and dog.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. It does, yes. Now, Rex, I understand that your real specialty, though, is the field of Shakespeare.
That's true. Shakespeare's the most interesting because a lot of people know, you know, they think that he had a pen name. He had a pen name, true? You know, and which he did, but I've discovered the truth. I went to his home in England and sniffed around. Yes, yes. And I discovered that he was Shakes the dog. Yes, Shakes the dog, who had an enormous bladder. An enormous bladder. That's why they called him Shakes the Peer.
Oh.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare. Oh, my goodness. You know, that gives you a whole new feeling about, say, Much Ado About Nothing. Well, Rex, you know, that's what I like about you. You're so original and cultivated, and yet you're so in touch with your animal nature, too.
Yes, you know, I believe Marchello has a spiritual side. For instance, you read to him, correct?
Oh, yes.
You play opera. You talk to him.
Yes.
You don't treat him like he's some sort of canine puppet.
Oh, no. No, I'm very, I treat him very well. He loves classical music, a little rock and roll, Three Dog Night. But, Rex, would you do another poem for us? Perhaps that one that was in Doggy Advocate magazine?
Oh yes, I'd love to. I'd love to. That's my favorite. This one I call Canine Puppet.
And this one is, it could be a little stir up emotions in your pet. So make sure you hug your pet while he's speaking it.
Sit! Down! Roll over! Play dead! Let me do what I want! Don't play with my head!
Oh, give him some love, Marchello. They may be looking at the next poet laureate of the United States. He submitted all his poetry to the presidential candidates. Good boy. What's the matter, Rex? What's the matter? Oh, you need to go out. Yes. Oh, dear, he needs to go out.